Yes, that stinking app is still installed on my phone. By the way, a new phone. Thanks, mommy. Due to recent hits that have appeared like Fogland, returning star creators making new entries like Copycats, or finally discovering a completed short series that blows your mind. Actually, I never truly stumbled on a group chat without me at first, but seeked it out after reading the first few chapters of. This manhwa has one of the best first 3 episodes that actually caused me to consider subscribing and reading further. I'll cover the first 6 chapters and even make a few predictions of where the story is going and what the story is about. The story begins with Sarang Yu, our female protagonist, minding her own business, and the boy shows some interest and approaches her. He asks her out only to find out it was a humiliation game, and we found out our female protagonist is a consistent victim of these games. The kids who play these games consist of a group of friends, with a particular girl named Subin being the leader. Subin is the leader who loves playing the games with her friends and becomes interested in her. Weirdo is the name Subin wears in pride, so when a boy Jaemin remarks that, "No, I swear she's even worse compared to her," Subin almost feels normal. Hey was the first uttered word that will lead the chain of events that will force Sarang Yu to become a player in the humiliation games. You might be wondering, why does she keep playing the game even after accusation made by Subin to report her for something that she was forced to do? Sarang can't afford to allow any form of authority involved because it will disturb her father and mother. She doesn't want to live with her father because her mother is asleep in the refrigerator. This is basically a cat and mouse game behind blinds where nobody really knows why and what is hidden to cause us to make decisions they make. Sarang Yu plays the humiliation games with one game forcing her to get a foul plastic bag to place on her senior's desk. Jinwo, seeing the contents of the bag inside, takes Sarang aside and makes a promise to help her, even make a hand signal to communicate any trouble. On the other hand, we see that Subin has a soft spot for Jaemin and has a conversation that ends with Jaemin calling Subin a wannabe weirdo. This somehow triggers something in Subin that slowly turns the humiliation games merely as a teasing situation into a full-blown chess game. On the other hand, we see that Sarang Yu has developed an attraction to Jin Won, but she still gets in his way when she stole the ball in the middle of a game with friends due to a new game proposed by Subin. They actually learned that the incident didn't make Sarang feel embarrassed. That caused Subin to snap and suggest a new day with the new condition. But if you don't do the day right away, you're gonna get the crap slapped out of you was the intent. Sarang immediately accepts. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Just like Subin, you didn't play. You lose.
Fuck! I said I never saw that coming.
Our MC without hesitation delivers thunderous slaps to Subin without a break or quiver and without any delight. Felt like a duty being executed with endurance and discipline. A friend steps in to end the situation, but Sarang presses on until she sees Subin give her the signal and she stops. Jaemin, feeling jealousy about Sarang and Jinwon, asks her to make a secret hand signal with him. I added the last detail to show that the story is cat and mouse drama, but where the tables can flip at any moment, but under the surface is a love triangle among characters developing emotions and coming into age. It is a drama that has genuine tension, feels like a tower of cards that will topple at any moment, that is softened by the actual emotions of the characters. I read the first few episodes and fell in love with the webcomic, but I wanted more, only to discover that the writer Bongsoo also wrote another, but this time it is complete. When discussing the manhwa, I will cover the first 5 episodes and one last episode because I want to convince you guys to actually go read it. It is a pretty short and a quick read for an afternoon tea or midday lunch. You begin seeing our MC Hyoin open a box of her new smartphone and has a fun conversation with her friends while sharing their contacts. Hyoin talks about how her uncle helped contribute in creating the Kid Talk, only for one of her friends to kindly tell her to stop telling the story. The following moments while sitting in class, we see Guje approach Hohyun to add his contact on her phone and awkwardly asks her to buy him a chocolate for Valentine's Day. After a back and forth, he lets it go, but later in the day, Hohyun gets a message from Guje with an emoji. What a cutie was Hohyun's response. The next day, Hohyun is moving in the lunchroom with her friends while having a conversation. Hohyun will say something and her friends will respond quietly while Juhae remain quiet. By the time Hohyun learns that Juhae is dating Guje, they were all sitting at the lunch table with Hohyun left out. The story is about being bullied and mistreated through isolation and indirect confrontation. Juhae hates Hohyun not only for the compliment, which hilariously was targeted at the emoji and not towards Guje. Juhae will actually call out Guje for visiting her classroom and trying to talk to Hohyun than her. I believe this may have happened because Guje and Juhae officially became a couple, but Juhae was flirting with him. It would explain why Hohyun began being isolated and mistreated, which was a huge effect on Hohyun. But her uncle's love does something unreasonable and insane. In Hohyun's hands are documents with the chats of her classmates from not only private messages but a group chat she wasn't included. Hohyun actually begins taking advantage of that information by eating lunch with Daejeon with her favorite meal, wearing a football team shirt to bond with the male classmates, and finally getting a lipstick to impress Juhae. Her response was loud and clear. This flips the switch where Hohyun not only begs for her uncle's help but does a little manipulation by using the lipstick to draw on her uncle's football jersey the very same message on the disc. As expected, Hohyun receives a powerful weapon of a phone with backdoor access to everyone's conversations, thoughts, secrets, and desires. The story setup is similar to Ideyu but takes a more proactive step in allowing Hohyun to become an active agent in pushing the story to not only rebuild her social image to be seen more likable and popular. Most of all, Hohyun wants to protect herself, and the only way to do so is to know how people actually think and not what they want her to perceive them. I'm not saying Hohyun doesn't go off the rails, because she does. Because once she had access to everyone's chats, Juhae becomes a victim of series attacks that begin with Hohyun asking the class, "Hey everyone, for study hall, we are watching a sex ed video DVD with a projector in the art room." This story is amazing as it is a story about surviving from being bullied and a stifling social environment with an actual well-done thriller drama on the uncle's side. The uncle is not safe from the illegal activities he is engaging in and creates a delicate series of events where anything can happen and Hohyun could easily break. I want to discuss more about the story, but I'll probably make a solo video soon enough. We see a segment from a reality TV show where Bobai Lee, our MC, and Hanju-oh have a conversation. It gets cut when we see Mr. Park have an argument with Bobai Lee about a fake relationship affecting her life. Mr. Park reassures her and asks why doesn't she like her, and she responds that he shouldn't say that as Hanju-oh walks in. We get into another video clip on YouTube with Hanju-oh and Bobai Lee testing each other whether they actually like each other on the show. The video is paused by Hohyun, her boyfriend, who disapproves of Bobai's fake relationship, current social media career, and begs her to come back to school. Bobai Lee denies the request, but definitely on the next day in the cave considers ending the fake relationship until she sees that she is getting a commercial opportunity with Hanju-oh. Hanju-oh's suicide basically breaks Bobai and is sent to hide in a hotel to avoid any confrontation with anyone, which creates distance from Hoyeon, who is chatting to Seeun Yang. Seeun Yang was able to receive an image of Bobai Lee and Hoyeon going on a vacation that becomes front page on social media gossip. Seiyun Yang is clearly our antagonist who seeks to attack and undermine Bobai Lee at every turn. She not only gets to dig out information about her from Hoyun to create uncomfortable situation, but seems to spread rumors of her. We don't really learn or know why Seiyun Yang goes after her, but we see a panel where Seiyun Yang realizes that Bobai Lee, when she returned to school, looked fine and unbothered. And she says, she seems unbothered. Yeah, chills. Things will escalate with Bobai Lee having to prove to others in an embarrassing situation that she's in fact allergic to pineapple and wasn't pregnant in the middle of filming. Bobai Lee goes out of her way to get a lawyer who was a contestant on the show to help her track down and sue the online harassers on her YouTube comment section, but things will never ever go right. The story is basically focused on imagined life and experiences that a reality TV star may experience, especially the aftermath of an appearance, developing stalkers, bullies, or your personal relationships being affected. I just started reading this story, so I'm hoping to see a fun story to match a group chat without me. As you know, or just had a memory wipe between my recounting of the 3 previous stories, are written by a writer, Bongsoo. Bongsoo also drew and wrote a group chat without you, while the other 2 titles are drawn by 2 completely different artists. Bongsoo not only wrote 3 stories with female leads, but 2 out of the 3 have something in common, that they seem to be written to be neurodivergent. Before getting to that conversation, I'll say that Bobai Lee isn't neurodivergent but does seem lonely when you're introduced to her, with mostly her boyfriend and Mr. Park being the only people close to her. And there's a scene where a girl who once left college and returned to college at the same time as her decided to go for a smoke. You can see Bobai Lee felt lonely and scared because before the other 2 girls interact with her, we can say all the 3 female leads struggle with loneliness and struggle with social environments. The neurodivergent element is seen with both girls, Hoyin and Sarang, with a subtle difference that Sarang is recognized to have some neurological issue of some kind, but it's difficult to determine. Sarang seems to be autistic, similar to Hoyin, who displays ways people with autism will struggle with socializing. Hoyin never fully understands how people feel about her and can't seem to catch on to subtle communication. Gu-jae attempts to communicate in subtle but terrible way to get Hoyin to show interest or notice Gu-jae, but Hoyin never noticed that aspect. It's further shown when Hoyin speaks or interacts, she never reflects on her actions, which may make others dislike her or disregard her. I can relate to Hoyin's anxiety when it comes to socializing, where you try to act natural by being yourself when someone gets frustrated with you or they begin to ignore and avoid you all of a sudden. Those experiences never leave you and can pretty much ruin your confidence. Watching Hoyin achieve some sense of control to create an environment and mental model to allow her to adapt, lose that sense of anxiety and pain felt relieving. Also a little crazy. Sometimes I thought Hoyin would go a little unhinged, but to not spoil the story, please go ahead and read it. Sarang Yu? I don't know, but she feels way more extreme, especially when we see her with comfort keep slapping Subin. You even get an idea that this may not be the first time that Sarang went overboard, so I may think she has PBD or has some psychosis. Difficult to say, but the story is still interesting, but it's far more moody and darker tone compared to the previous stories. Bongsoo clearly loves her female leads, with a little mental challenges ranging from neurodivergency to just a little depression from loneliness. She basically intercepts the female lead who is the outsider or on the edge of Korean society and throws them into a fighting pit of these ranked Korean social games where they utilize their greatest strengths to survive and possibly thrive. It is a fetish that I kind of like, and I mean every writer has a fetish. Some decent, some insane, like God Ennis, who I definitely need to talk about soon. If you're watching this video, I think it's awesome that you're still around. I hope you like and subscribe. Other than that, I am soon going to make a dice video. Before that, I'm going to make a random video about art in general and how it's being consumed nowadays, I highly recommend sticking around for the season 4 dice video. Oh, so see you around.